Hey everybody, Kyle Goeth here from GoatFromReviews.com and the Goat From Reviews YouTube channel. Sorry again, guys, I got the heater on. It's 25 degrees out here right now, so not too bad, but still pretty cold. But I'm here to talk about my first reaction to Moonfall, Roland Emmerich's newest film from Lionsgate. I believe this movie cost $148 million, and you can't see it at all. Because I gotta say, like, this is an unbelievably stupid movie, which is something I think a lot of us would have known going into it. The general concept is ludicrous. And that's okay. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping for something that was really ludicrous, really stupid, but like embraced it kind of in the same way that 2012 did back in 2009. I actually really like 2012 because it is a movie that understands how absolutely insane it is, and it embraces it from moment one. The problem is that this is a movie that has a ludicrous idea that is played as seriously as possible for most of the runtime. And that doesn't work. It's kind of like, let's compare it to a film like The Naked Gun or like a Leslie Nielsen performance. The entire movie is Leslie Nielsen in a parody film because he's playing it straight for laughs. But this film is playing it straight for seriousness, and it just comes off laughable. It comes off really stupid, and it doesn't work. A lot of it is just kind of pulled off of 2012 because there are significant like character beats, elements to the different characters that feel like they're directly out of 2012, which is a weird movie to rip off because it's kind of considered like really stupid, and I don't think a lot of people like it the way I do. The script feels like a rough draft. The editing is, it's like a first pass kind of a thing that you'd show just to kind of prove that you put together a cognizant movie. It's bare bones editing. There are moments in it where we're jumping around between characters, but like one character, maybe 10 minutes of time passes from one time we see them to the next. But in the middle, we've got one character getting arrested and having a court date. And then we're covering like a couple days later as well. Like, time is passing so awkwardly in the movie at really weird times that don't make sense. And it's jarring. And then you get the CG, which I think the last half of the movie actually saved a lot of the CG stuff I was like really kind of getting frustrated about, because some of the stuff like with the moon, some of the stuff in space, some of the carnage, damage, if you will, some of it worked really well near the back half of the movie. There's a particular sequence that highlights when the CGI was at its worst, though, and it was a scene there where Patrick Wilson's character is in a hotel with John Bradley, and they are both like finally realizing that something bad is happening, and the water is overtaking the town around them, the city around them, and it's going to hit the hotel, and it's going to cause a lot of damage. The CG water is atrocious. There are like PS1 boats floating in the water that look like they were rendered from 2001. We get there's like palm tree things that like tip down, and it kind of feels like knocking something over in a 2D side scroller. Like some of the most terrible CG in the world. And I always stand by, do what you can with the money you have, but never overreach. Find a better way to do it. And this is the kind of movie where you need to put your money there. You need to get that stuff looking good, because we don't care if the idea is stupid but the action is entertaining. We kind of let that pass. I think a lot of us do. And I think going into this movie, you know it's going to be stupid. But the problem is there are characters making leaps in logic. They see something happening on a video screen, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's this." And they're like, "Why?" Because of something I saw on the video screen. But relating the video screen information to how they're jumping from point A to point B in their logic train doesn't actually add up at all. And it happens a lot in the movie where like we're getting information just thrown at us in between these destruction shots, and the information thrown, it's not only that it's ludicrous because we know that, but it's the way they get it. It's kind of like watching a detective story where the detective doesn't explain how he figured out who the killer is. He's just like, "Oh, it's Bob." Why? Because the killer has a red shoe. That's it. Like, that's all the information you get. And that's my most frustrating part about it, is that it's not so much that the movie is stupid, because we know the movie's going to be stupid, and I kind of wanted that. The problem is that the movie is too serious to be entertaining, and it picks up a little bit in the back half, but then it feels like recycled Roland Emmerich things. And it's ironic that Roland Emmerich is constantly, well, not constantly, but he recently came out and he was like, "We need to stop having Marvel movies and Star Wars movies, and we need to stop having these franchise films, and and I regret making my franchise film. And he kind of came out and just dogged about people making the same movie over and over again and taking over the world. He's been making a very similar movie for so long that the beats in Moonfall are just so expectant. And that's my biggest problem, is that I was bored. At about 40 minutes in, I checked my phone because I was like, this has got to be about done, right? 40 minutes into a 2-hour and 10-minute movie, I was thinking, man, we're probably on the way to being done. And it was not done yet. So that's perhaps the biggest problem. Is all these little problems aside, I could overlook them if the movie was entertaining, but it was just kind of boring. So that's my thoughts on Moonfall. I didn't really like this movie, guys. I was really hoping I was excited for it. I saw the trailers and I was like, this could be fun. And I was very, very, very disappointed in it. But I want to know what you thought about the movie. So go ahead and comment down below your thoughts on Moonfall. What's your favorite Roland Emmerich movie? Or are you just not a fan of him at all? Let me know down in the comment section. While you're down there, guys, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. You don't know how much that actually helps small channels like myself continue to grow. Is those likes, those subscribes, those comments. Those things do actually really matter. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. You can find all my film reviews at goatfilmreviews.com. You can follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and Twitter at Almighty Goatman. You can check out my sibling show, Kyle and Nick on Film. The link's down in the description. We have new episodes Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays where me and Nick Plodchuk from the St. Paul Filmcast pick a different movie to dissect, deconstruct, and talk about every single episode. So join us over there, and we'll see you next time.